Hey guys, Starting coming at you with another game of Total Warhammer 3. We're here with Scrag the Slaughterer again. Things are going well. We're negative 8k, but at 160k in the bank, of course, that is a decent rate. Ikit Claw is up here with the Nemesis Crown, but he's about to be rock and a hard placing. We're going to go here and see if he'll come and give battle, right? This might have been bad because maybe he'll be able to ambush us, but maybe not. I wish we could get inside of the range of the camp for various reasons, but it's not looking like that's going to happen. Fortunately, we are about to just dive on the foe. We're going to push all the way in here and clean up Ikit's little foray there into Coron.
Let the supplicant come forward.
I guess they kind of get along with them. I'm hesitant to draw our alliance into too many things that Clan Angrund might fight, but, you know, we'll do what we have to do. Bruiser gets back, and we've been losing heroes left and right, but it looks like not this time. Nope, we definitely lost the dude out of here. You know, it's we're never going to be able to hold on to them as long as we're in this condition. There's so much meat to carry around. Alright, so Crooked Fang is there, and Thorgrim is thinking about it. We could just dive this way and leave the better army here. Or like, no, they can't really move around the side there, so if we just... If we go like so, what's the worst that could happen? Don't answer that, I don't want to know. I probably should have done an underway, right? But I think this is fine. Moving in the in-camp stance is like pretty silly. Hey, do I have another camp? No, because we don't have enough. But we've got this one on deck. Whenever we can make another one, if that ever happens. We can drop that. That'll come in. We'll still have the 2-turn growth that we can go up to the top and maybe someday get another ogre camp. Quick turn that one unless something bad happens. And here, I mean, we can get single-turn recruitment on Ogre Bulls, so we might as well grab a unit of them, right? It's not too pricey. And, you know, are they amazing? No, but it's good to be able to at least fill in our decent line filler guy, like so. This camp has a Noblar in it, which is so weird. Why would I have ever recruited them? I probably just never got rid of them. Recruitment is very cheap here. I think we just get like... You know, what's good against Skaven, right? Gorgers are good against Skaven. Because the amount of money we spend, because there's no upkeep, so like teching up the army you have inside here is just good. And speaking of that, we're going to drop these Iron Fists and Oh, this camp doesn't have the dude recruitment. That's right. Couple man-eaters. We already have iron guts. Yeah, a couple man-eaters. It's not really a comparable trade. Anyway, it's fine. Let's just keep it moving. We're gonna have a fight soon. Don't worry about that. I'm not. And we're just really sending out guys so that the Skaven can spend their efforts hitting them and not on my guys in my actual armies that I care about. So, yes, distractionary heroes or possibility for heroism. But, man, as soon as we get a third ogre camp, it's over for these fools. But, importantly, yep, we have forced them to come out, right? And they're going to have a bad time here. Thorgrim bounces. Oh, come on, buddy. We'll be fine. One of these guys has lightning strike. And it's definitely him. Good deal. Alright, so the armies here, we have ranged army with warp grinders, doom flayers, poison winds. So this doesn't represent like a lot of ability to punish our blobs. This is, you know, look, storm vermin are always bad. This army is scary. You know, it's got some skirmishers, it's got warp lightning cannons, bunches because poison wind mortars, you know, they primarily function by the explosive damage. You know, they want there to be a lot of models in the unit, so we sort of dodge that. But what we're gonna do is kind of wish that they both had it, or did they both take it?
If it means butchery.
Oh. Did both of these dudes have lightning strike? Excellent. Most excellent indeed.
Bring me ingredients. I'll eat any challenger.
Alright, so this guy's in March, so he can't run away. I think we move on the medium strength army first, right? It also uses the least movement. So we're going to defeat them in detail here, which is going to be amazing. And also, Thorgrim turned around, so he's not going to be here for this. He would have loved this fight. I understand that he must have thought it looked sketchy, but it's going to be fine. Now, importantly, we do need to move it along. You know, we have a bunch of fights to do. Not infinite time in my day, sadly. Infinite time sounds great, but it probably wouldn't work out for reasons no one's been able to define. And what we're doing here is just like what's known as hyper-aggression. You know, we're just gonna go for it. It'll be fine. Is this gonna like achieve our objective of taking minimal casualties for the long fights to come? Not exactly. But we are going to dive right in the seam here. Which, you know, good job to the Sabertusk pack, right? Which is going to allow us to rip a sick chain lightning here. Oh, and right, we left all the lead belchers in the back. Well, you know, they would be handy for this fight. Alright, so in conclusion, very, very awesome fight indeed. Now what we've done is, you know, a real gamer display. Where we totally could have done this better, but due to high aggression, we end up, you know, being rewarded, and that's good. We're gonna just continue noblaring the triads here and try to pour the old chalice of pain there. The tyrant's having a party. This dude thinks he's having a party, but I'm sure that whatever he's fighting feels fine. Oh, we got the Bone Crusher spell now. That's good. Must have been from one of the big names, or maybe an item, honestly. But anyway, the lead belchers show up quite late to the fight, proving the utility of high-level characters. This army doesn't have any healing to speak of, right? We don't have a Maw caster, which is pretty bad, and honestly... Oh my goodness, I'm like, these Jezzails are firing at my Air Force, but we end up getting away with it anyway. So by getting the lead belchers not engaged for basically the whole battle, we, you know, it's still fine. We still got the lightning strike off, you know, it still totally works. It's just, you know, we could have done better. We do need to make sure that we deal with as much power on their fronts as we can. And we can heal someone. There we go. You know, it's alright. We were trying to do it quick and take minimal casualties, and we did take minimal casualties, right? There is something to be said for pure aggression. And for the other army only having, you know, 14 units. That too. Of course, when Staden suited up for this battle, he did not anticipate that we would lightning strike him of all things. We got the Tormentor Sword, which is super excellent. Very good indeed. Ransom the captives. Like, there's any Skaven in the world who would do that. And importantly, we still have plenty of movement here. And we're going to be able to chip them apart wonderfully here. The guy in March gets pushed between a rock and a hard place. What's the movement we have to sack to get there? I mean, a bit, but he actually won't get any support from his friends, right? Beautiful. Distribute a couple levels real quick, and then... Yeah, because this guy's eventually going to get his healing magic. It's pretty rough to go down blue line with the caster, but as we saw there, it's the sort of thing where it feels painful to do, but it pays off in such a big way. You can't help but feel rewarded when it happens, you know, and we've got... Our guys are feeling snacky now, not the hunters. They don't get to feel snacky. But Thorgrim's going to be very encouraged by this, of course. But what we're going to do now is... These guys aren't replenishing. Oh, because we're in foreign territory. Naturally. Well... Alright, so they do get to run away a little more, but all this is doing is making them in a worse position for later, right? Because we'll still be able... to jump on these guys here. I wish we... then if we had just had a camp that we could plop down right here, that would be so good. Alright, so we probably just need to push in, have a 1v1 here, and make it work. It's a scary army. We have a lot of levels to distribute. Let's do some of that. Rock Iron Guts here. Yeah, we might as well take this then, even though, you know, he may not use it eventually. Tyrants probably end up with some extra points anyway. And the Fire Belly gets better and better. Plenty of levels to go around after winning all these fights, of course. We get snacky. Alright, time to win a fight, right? Because this army is very beat up, and this army isn't. But let's just analyze what we're seeing, right? That is so many melee units that they don't have. And we have plenty. We'll be fine. Because even if they tie up a melee unit with each melee... Oh, we have a choke point battle. Now, abstractly, you would think this would benefit a faction like the Skaven. It's not going to. I'll tell you why. I'm a person. And people should be able to use a choke point battle better than the AI, regardless of what scary army they have. Because we can just back up, like, all the way over here, right? The choke point means they're going to have to move through the choke point, and we can take advantage of that. Also, Warp Lightning Cannons don't have great line of sight. And if they move into the gap, then we can spring a surprise on them, right? It could even work. And the thing about Skaven, of course, is they don't have anything fast. Well, I mean, they've got, you know, wolf rats, and they've got, you know, they have some fast stuff. I shouldn't say they don't have anything fast. But what they don't have is, like, the ability to punch through what we've got.
Ogres don't lose. Ogres crush. Ogres consume. Ogres loot. Ogres win.
Because I guess a lot of our guys are super far away, so they can't even see them. But what we're going to do here is just, you know, try to draw them onto us with spells. Now, we do run the risk of them shooting a bunch of artillery at us. We only have 5,000 hit points. We do have regen, though, and I think we'll be fine. If we hit this right here, we can hit a couple of these. Will that do it? No, because if we save that for when they're in motion, that'll be better. They Clan Rat summon on top of my Iron Guts, which, you know, works a little bit, not too much. The good thing about the Clan Rat summon, right, is that the computer can interpret it as, like, losses on their behalf, and after they get a little bit of losses, you know, then they're going to try to fight. And the Thunderbolts cost almost no mana, so we're going to keep on doing that. We need to get the Fire Belly up to punish them as they try to move. Because that's the thing, right? We aren't going to get shot by Warp Lightning Cannons. I've said it's not going to happen, so it won't. Fast forward a little bit. They're going to start soon. And when they do, we're going to be able to crack the blobs there, probably. Or get shot by war lightning cannons. Run away! Yeah, they clearly have no problem shooting across the gap like that. But now that they're moving, we'll just back up. Alright, they're shooting at the Iron Guts, so we'll try to micro with them. They lose a lot of models, but importantly, they're all in motion now, and on the other side as well. The good thing here, the great thing here is, you know, we've made them move, and that means that they're going to have to move across the terrain, losing their will to run constantly. Alright, and they are rolling the artillery in the front. We're going to cauldron right here. We're going to cauldron right here. It's going to be awesome. Oh my goodness. Run away, gyro bombers. You have so much to live for. Alright, the cauldron did some work. Not honestly as much as I would have hoped. What are you going to do? What we're doing here with our casters is sketchy, but, you know, it's, maybe it's necessary. Can we comet one of these things? Nope. So we cast the chain lightning there on top of the artillery. I don't know if this is good or not. We'll see. And drop a comet there. Oh no, that's out of his range. Run away! Alright, so what we've done here is make a huge micro blunder. But it could be fine simply because the guy we've done it with is a caster who can punish blobs, and so is this guy. So maybe it'll be fine. We'll just charge in and be like, no, I'll save you, buddy! By breathing fire on the Brood Horror. And we're going to take melee, reflection, and charge in here. This is this sort of absolutely bonkers attack that my sort of gameplay can always be countered for. It's like, alright, first we'll prepare, and then we'll realize it's not working, charge in headlong, and hopefully not die for it. And to be fair, so far, the gyro bombers are getting beat up very badly. And this warp lightning cannon is running rampant, but everything else is fine. Oh, those are Jezzails. Oh, that's bad. Alright, we're just going to try to dive on them here and here. He's going to try to run through the storm vermin, though, to do it. That's super bad. But fortunately, the Firebelly looks like he's going to live. I don't think he regenerates. like the butchers do. So that is certainly too bad. But, you know, they we make it out. And importantly, you know, it's about sending a message. Got a big blob of guys here, just begging to have fire magic cast on them. Beautiful. And that should be the army losses, I imagine. You know, not that clean. Coulda definitely been better, but ultimately, you know, we get it done. And we're not going to be replenishing, but importantly, neither are they, due to ogre effects in the neighborhood. And we know they don't have too much left, because we've been beating them up constantly, and we know where they have to be recruiting from. And we just took out 3 armies. And importantly, we could have been doing that in fast forward all along. Hopefully this rank 7 Iron Gut with 200 hit points will stay in. See, 2 models is, you know, more than 10% of the unit, so I think we might keep them. And what can only be described as technically a battle, our wizards end up working. You know, it's just one of those things where if the enemy has superior ranged units to you, or you perceive them to because you're not good at doing the arithmetic on it, like me, you know, you can, it's a lot different of a proposition than fighting like a chaos faction, right? Where you just think, oh, I'll shoot him, and then we'll deal with it. But that army gets popped. Oh, and they can get to encamp stance this turn, which is so good.
Ogre Butcher will know what they know.
And this guy gets a name for... Oh, yeah, well, nice. It's actually awesome, isn't it?
My gut is law. Slaughtermaster.
Yeah, we're not gonna get... This guy's already at 205 movement. So March won't actually gain us any. It'll be okay. The good news, the great news is that... I mean, Morse is really on the back foot here. They only have 12 places to call home. Some of them are, you know, not very desirable. Some of them are. Like Old Karakazal, Crooked Fang Fort, which are, you know, this is his top place, right? So we just need to deal with it and make an absolute ton of money. Alright, now Ikit Claw is right here. We just can't see him. No, he's right here, and we can see him. Oh my goodness, what a... Oh man, look at that army. Oh, that's so... I love it. And then 1 Noblar, please. I'm glad that we're representing, but like, how is that what you took for your flame cannon, organ gun, grudge thrower cannon? That's a beautiful thing, that army. Anyway, let's get in here. Of course they run away, because of course this is a Skaven city. Which we'll just have to... You know, we should have attacked it first. Oh, we're supposed to occupy it to make them love us. Well, that's okay. We'll be able to pop both of these guys. And of course, we're within the radius here of the camp, which is just where we want to be to fight Ikit Claw, of course. Theoretically, he could, like, ambush us here, which is not great. Oh, never mind. He cannot. We will move inside here. And we get a Trickster's Helm, which is very nice. It'll go on this guy in our army that doesn't need any help. So someone has... the Blood Cleaver. I just don't know who. Sweet name, though. There we go. Oh, Scrag is carrying the Blood Cleaver. Well, we don't want to... Looks like we really want to take that off of him. Because the enchanted item is the Cauldron of the Great Maw, so he can't have it, right? So we'll just need to find somebody else with a good weapon like this guy. Like this guy. And he can have the cleaver and the scars. And then the scrag. We'll take the tenderizer for huge weapon damage. I mean, sure. We'll work on it, right? We have a lot of good stuff we need to distribute. Let's just get to it. Butcher of the Heavens, wins reserve per turn, and a little bit of that. Yeah, why not? Arcane ability to have a negative 10 aura on leadership. Yes, please. Super good. Give this guy more missile block, I suppose. Scrolls of Blast, somewhat underwhelming. I mean, Channeling Staff, better than Forbidden Rod. I mean, maybe. No, not for Scrag.
Ogre Butcher.
We can infuse these and then get Halfling Cookbook, which gives us Lord of the Great Maw cooldowns to, I mean, Troll Guts, that's nice. Let's find.
Happened 'cause I said so.
Like, where is... There we go. Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw. He has the Halfling Cookbook. Oh, and then he'll get the Tenderizer. Got it. And Scrag will just get the next good one that we get. After all, if there's a set, we have to go for it, right? And boom, he'll get a cooldown reduction to spells, as well as being a very fancy guy. Alright. That was quite a turn. Let's save it, just in case we get a crash or something. Over... I mean, no, we're going to the end turn. I don't think we'd crash there. So that went actually super well, because we ended up being able to crack all those armies, get the one who got the most damage from it back into the stance. Scrag's going to be able to fight Ikit Claw. And this guy, without even offending anyone, we're just going to dive in here. We're just going to dive in right here. What's the worst that could happen? Don't answer that. I don't want to know. Zarina Katarine wants a trade agreement. Of course, she has one settlement, but I'm willing to trade with them. You know, the best furs are those from a people who don't think they'll need them anymore. Kislev, Kislev, Kislev. He attacks the Eshin settlement. You know, that Nemesis crown, it's gonna be ugly. And then we're gonna have it, and then I guess we're gonna use it to go to the north and Imminent Rebellion in Mutland. Well, we are right over there. Elspeth has got her Draco now. She's level 20. It's about time. Can we get to Ikit? Yeah, we can. Will he run if we catch him? Maybe. I mean, even if he does, then... You know, we don't have anything to do except run after him, right? And now he'll be in an even worse spot. If he attacks Karak Eight, then I'll be like, I'm sorry we did that to you, buddy, but...
There will be butchery. Of the great Lord.
Because, like, even if the crown makes a lot of people mad at us, not like Elspeth or the Empire, right? Or probably even Coron. Like these, like, our friends love us. The thing is it's gonna mess with the replenishment in the army eventually. And that's very sad. But we can definitely play around with it a little bit, you know, until it gets to be annoying. And now that we can defend Valia's Sorrow, we can hand it off here.
True friend of the Angrund clan.
We are the true friend of the Angrund clan, and we're not going to take money for Valia's Sorrow, but you can bet all of your doorknobs and your broomsticks that we are going to take some money for the Eight Peaks. Barely any, but we'll take... Look. It's only proper... Look, a dwarf wouldn't be offended at a reasonable contract, right? And from there, Clan Angrund has lands they'll care about defending. Look at that. I am Scrag, the dwarf friend. No, y'all know I like dwarves. It breaks my heart whenever we have to fight them, even when it's, you know, very appropriate.
It aids the meat richer. Crush and
But fortunately, we're going to be able to roll right in here and get a clean auto. The sack, surprisingly small amount of money. We're going to take the money, though, just because there's no utility and not sacking, essentially.
I'm boss, and that's that. The bloody cock. Eating weakens. Clubs down. Means unrested. Moors chosen. We rest. We feast. Obey me! It'll happen! Show you who's boss! All mine!
But then we zoom in here to the Crooked Fang Fort, and now Queek has lost his capital, you know, like that's not going to feel great to him. It'll be embarrassing, first of all, and second of all, where is he going to put his hat? He will have nowhere to hang it, and I don't think they have anyone at Drinko. And if they do, this army is somewhat resistant to getting charged. We need to get his magic up. This poor Master of the Maw, not very masterful. This hunter, I feel like I just saw an item that would go very well. Yeah, poison attacks. This is a very good item for him, right? Like poison attacks on a big monster is so extraordinary. You have to love it. And we're just gonna, like, deploy some people and things. Not because I'm reading them, because I'm not reading them, but because it's better to have something going on than nothing. Scarecrow Banner, largely irrelevant. Razor Standard, not as good as it is if you have, like, chaff in your army. But, you know, we can put it onto, you know, a unit of, like, regular Ogre Bulls, which I inexplicably still have. Well, fortunately, we are within our camps thing, so after we fight Ikit Claw, we're going to be able to upgrade to... I mean, Man-Eater Iron Fist would be good if we're fighting Skaven, but I think we're going to go north with this army, in which case Golg's Man-Eaters could be very good. You know, they do have the benefit of having juiced stats, 85 armor, very nice. It's like they're the Iron Guts again. Everything that the Iron Guts do, they do a little better. Iron Guts have a little more armor, but I think it's made up for in the stats. Anyway, we will... Brag the Gutsman finally caps out at useful stuff. Very far in the tree. Gotta love a legendary hero. This dude finally caps out at useful stuff as well. Tyrant levels up some. You still can get... Yeah, we're... A lot of these abilities that we're getting are really quite good indeed. The hero core in these lower armies is now getting very much off of the ground. It's beautiful to see.
Tyrant gets the spoils.
Because a lot of times I fail to do this in a campaign early enough, right? Like I'll have my dudes in my main army, and then I'll just sort of lose sight. Oh yeah, there's our increased mobility. And this guy, you know, if we can train up this army, it's going to be beautiful before too long too. It's already very nice, and I believe in them. Now we are going to start at the top, and I'm like, no, we'll start here at Canals, and
Let your hunger guide you.
like, this isn't enough numbers to worry about. We'll just sack occupy it, right?
Master Butcher, consume.
And this is gonna be a big headache for Ikit, just like we're making big headaches for the other rats here. And once we take the crown off of them, I think Scrag's just gonna move north and try to, you know, get Ungrim back on, because Ungrim is fine, but if we don't get his AI, because, like, look at what Astrogoth has almost no land yet. Grimgor is strength rank 1.
Make your offer, but do it quickly.
He is fighting the Chaos hosts of Archaon plus all the Chaos Dwarves, but he is our next door neighbor, and he is no friend to Dawi kind. And of course, those are all of our friends on that border. We are the Dawi friend, so that should be quite an epic bit of battle to come there.
I will.
Like, there's got to be a public order building here somewhere. So I just need to get another camp. I mean, 2 would be great, but I don't know where the next place with...
Speak before I decide.
With, yeah, it's like Zandri, yeah, but it's with Rapunzel. Now, she might declare on me eventually. She does hate me for some reason. Oh, she hates dwarves. What? She hates the dwarves. Unbelievable. Well, I guess she's not coming to the party. It's gonna be great. Everyone's gonna dance.
Gonna be overtime one day.
It's like, the thing is, though, is...
Anyone wanna challenge me?
We're actually probably pretty close to being able to get a Thunder Barge in Scragg's army, which has long been the dream of my people. We've encountered Ironbrow's expedition. Yes. Yes. We are, like, I don't know if Malachi's still around. I sure hope he is. But, like, when it comes to the champions of the dwarves, like, truly no one has been a better dwarf friend than Scrag the Slaughterer. And it's not just me saying that. They're going to put up a little statue of me, not inside a dwarf hold, of course, but out front, being like, this is where the ogres belong. Here, outside of where we live, politely. We get huge upkeep reduction with that tech, which is super good. And we're going to be getting, I mean, very nice recruitment bonuses here pretty soon. And here, after 16 more turns, we'll be able to recruit man-eater units in a single turn, which is, I mean, amazing. That's what we want. If I could do it right now, that would be good. Where did Ikit go? Oh, he just said bye. Oh, you know, he's probably going to go up there and attack my stuff. Man, you know, if we can't catch him, then... I very much hate to just let him go. We want to keep the furs at Talabheim as long as we can. Really, we should probably just be selling Elspeth some land.
Bring me law and lost wisdom, and I shall treat with you well.
I'm like, we don't need Vertbad, right? No, we don't.
I trust you.
And she's broke, but that doesn't mean that she can't become happy with time. Yeah, she's so broke.
I trust.
But you know, why not just give her a whole bunch of stuff and see if it works? I'm pretty sure we should be doing this to Franz and not her. But I like Elspeth better. Look, I like everybody who loved Franz, who couldn't, like, who could say anything against him, can't get enough of him, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I like Elspeth better. She's just so pretty. Look at her riding on her dragon, right?
All here are honored dwarfkin. Someone better keep us. Greetings, honorable ally.
And there we go. You know, we've given Karak Eight Peaks to Clan Angrund, the richest of prizes. And then, of course, now that we've given Barakvar to the High King, he's stood here. And he is on the warpath, right? He is very much, like, heartened by our successes here against the Skaven. And he wants some of his own. At a certain point, it becomes embarrassing if your ally is doing so much better than you. And here is Scally Knucklebreaker,
First we drink, then we talk.
who is strength rank 7. Thoric Ironbrow, my man. Yes. Oh, this is the best campaign ever.
Ogre tyrant.
We're gonna pop into Drinko with this army. We're gonna assume, really, that the Skaven don't have too much more juice left. And, you know, if we move quickly, we can keep it that way. We're just gonna move to encamp stance to prevent ambushes. Alright, like, can he run away from this stance? I mean, Dryka will get mad if we trespass on her, but it's just Dryka. I mean, well, she already hates us, right? She actually hates us a whole lot and will continue to hate us more. That doesn't mean she'll be brave enough to attack us just for walking on her land. So I say we do it. After all, she's just a tree. And he runs away again. But, you know, he's in a terrible spot here, right? And we're, like, on the road, and he's in a terrible spot. He's also taking attrition. And anyway, Scrag wants to go up in this direction anyway, to help Ungrim out on this front. So it's all fine. And these savage orcs that are marauding, they're actually causing a bit of a trouble here. Throg flying the banner. Flying the banner of Wulfric, that means he lost a fight. Poor guy. Couldn't happen to me. Wouldn't know what that's like.
Mighty conquerors, mercy, yes.
I am Beligar, true king of the 8 Peaks.
I've heard of you. You are the king of the 8 Peaks. You reign at 8 Peaks now. Do you not recall your best friend, Scrag the Slaughterer, who has made all these things possible? I'm sure he remembers me. Like, I guess this is a good time to realize that that building has research rate on it. Alright, so things are going so well. Unfortunately, because we have underway stance, we're going to be able to keep on carving him up. He's still strength rank 30. That means he must have put some armies together, or some other people have just been getting beat worse than him recently. But it's nice to actually have, you know, allied support on both fronts, because we see that, because he's at war with Thoric, oh, and the Court of Liberas, so yeah, he's going to have a bad time. He's even offering to pay me for peace. Pathetic. And our ally declared war on the orcs of the nearby forest, which honestly makes sense. Although they've been minding their own, it does make sense. But of course, like, if they're in one of our zones, they have such a bad time. There's no way around it. Hey, and Karak Ghoul taken by Scally Knucklebreaker. You gotta love it. You absolutely have to love to see it. Thoric Ironbrow, pleased to meet you, sir. Have you ever considered living at Crooked Fang Fort?
Enduring. Smite ya. Greetings. What do you
And for the price of Drinkoraz, we will not take your money, but we will bring you into our glorious military alliance. Good stuff. Thorik, who very clearly is having a total party over here. Sure, there's some obvious Tzeentchian corruption, but he's doing great. He's got all these armies. What a good friend he is. And this this Grand Alliance is pretty grand indeed. You know, you need a strong set of folks to hold on together, and we managed to get them here. We're going to take Gratomin now.
I expect many in you in radiance. Slaughtermaster. Only any challenger. You're lonely.
Oh, it's 50 movement to get to it. Well, Queek's right there. He actually, you know, I don't think he has the movement not underway to get to us. You know, if we just back up like right here, it's all the same goodness there. Because no matter what happens here, right, it's going to be a brawl with Grimgor soon. But we're, I mean, this is going super well. All of our war aims are being realized, basically. We're just gonna dive in on Massive War Call. What's the worst that'll happen, right? They'll have an army here and dive out at me. Totally acceptable.
I'm boss, and that's that. Bruiser. Obey me.
It is my path. We must awake. Survivor of the flame trial. Scorn their fate.
But the greatest thing, when we eventually pop Queek's faction, the greatest thing that'll happen is all of these heroes that have been wreaking havoc on my armies will be taken care of. He's got 8 settlements left. We are trimming him down to size.
I will slaughter. I will butcher.
So I don't think we can actually catch Ikit is the problem here, right?
Must butcher.
Do we just keep chasing him anyway
Become awful.
and hope that somebody else can sort of stop him at some point? Or that we'll intercept him? I guess that's what we'll do.
Scrag, silver, servant.
This is super annoying. You know, sometimes even when you know you're chasing wild geese, you want to catch them desperately, right? I fear that might be what's happening here. We might be chasing after the goose, the veritable goose. Okay, well, it looks like they did get us. Well, this could be very bad indeed. I don't know why I thought I was far enough away. It sure looked like we should have been.
Whoever butchers the most enemies gets double helpings at dinner.
Like, can we see them? There they are. All right. All right, so what's going on here? We've got an army with a bunch of artillery and punchy stuff there. All we need to do is find a way to get our lines not popped. Do they have anything over here that's a multiplier? Not really. Okay, so we just need to wheel this way. We're just going to dive on the rattlings to the extent that we can and get everybody over here on the far side. Dive in, pop our armor ability. And don't spare the magic wands. Okay. Jeez, okay, so they were a lot faster on that side than I thought. And definitely got on top of, you know, a group of lead belchers immediately. Fortunately, you know, we hit him with the comet there. We're gonna thunderbolt him here. Problem is that, oh goodness, our lead belchers that we got out then started looking straight ahead. Not great. It's okay, right? I mean, it's gonna be okay. Because these mutant rat ogres are pretty rough trade here. We're going to be able to drop that there, and then a backup chain lightning on top of it. Fight or die, pop all of these abilities, and at least the Iron Guts are still fine, right? I mean, most of them are fine. Oh my goodness. Alright, so the good news is that we are getting some of these rat ogres down. And this guy is feeling very snacky. He is doing his eruption. He's actually doing amazing. His melee reflection is popping that blob. However, our lead belchers continue to get trucked on a little bit here. Now Queek is engaged. We need to just get on top of him. Shouldn't be too tricky to do since he is right where we want him. Fighting our biggest guys, our beefiest boys. We're going to Tormentor Sword, we're going to pop all the buffs, and we're going to try to melt him down here. Queek, of course, still no slouch. We just need to get there on him. Our big monster getting very, very beat up. We're going to give it this massive heal, though. The Hell Pit Abomination is probably what's going to, we need to push the monster back here if possible. Their reinforcements very far away, but they're going to have Giselles on the hill. That is going to be bad. We don't have a good answer to Hill Giselles. And, you know, they are on the Rat Ogre here now. Or the Rat Ogre is now on the Lead Belchers. Terrible, terrible stuff for us. We really, really need to get Queek here, because otherwise... Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is pretty bad. Alright, how do we deal with it? We can Thunderbolt here. Oh, it's so bad. Because if we can just get these guys all the way up here on the hill, then we're still in trouble. But if we just get shot up like this for nothing, then we're in worse than trouble. We are toast. Chaos Warriors have cornered with dual weapons. Oh my god. Well, hopefully the Comet will hit them. Alright, the good news is Queek is gone. We're going to Tormentor Sword to lock him in place and get the kill. And we're going to charge the monster across the way here, because that's what's hot on the streets right now. We're just going to charge. We're just going to charge everything into him and hope that it works. You might be thinking, how could that ever work? Look, we don't have a choice. And if we do, I haven't identified it. We have got to get on these Jezzails. The good news is, you know, the Lead Belchers are shooting at things, so that's great. And this big guy is still in action, so if we can get on the Jezzail here... This guy's ringing his big old dinner bell, but we don't have to worry about that. We're going to get engaged. The Fire Belly is Fire Billion the foe, and... these man-eaters having a party a little bit, managing to stick in here against the pit fighters. And we're taking artillery fire onto our fools now. Oh man, rough stuff. We need to get this Hell Pit A-bomb down post-haste. Because if we can just, like, get on these fools here on the ridge with anything, we can pop their, artillery. And I think we're going to maybe get it here. Oh, man. Nope, the Lead Belchers get hit in the crossfire there. But I think we're going to be able to... run them off here. Fighting after skirmishers that you can't catch is super bad, but we're going to be alright for it, because we're just going to heal whom? This poor guy. But now he rallies. We managed to give him another huge heal. He's definitely going to get healing capped in this battle. What a champ. And it looks like we're going to pull it out. Oh my goodness, what a fight. What a fight. Ah, that's exhilarating there. That is the absolute good stuff. Okay. Yeah, there we go. And somehow our gyro bombers, without doing any micro, managed to not die. I don't even know where they were at. Oh, they broke off and they were standing over there at some point. That's all right. We win. We win a beautiful victory. They may call it Pyrrhic. I call it glorious. That was 3 mutant rat ogres, 3 hell pit abominations. Yeah, that's scary stuff. Queek having to resort to the monster mash. No doubt wherever he put the army together had the building for it. But, yeah, that was, you know, all the more so because we couldn't see the army coming in. But, yeah, that's, one of these got 2,300 value. That must have been the one that got on the lead belchers, right? Yeah, the 4,500 out of the beastie. 3K out of a melee hero. You'd love to see that. That was a dude that was doing the work. 4K out of the caster. Beautiful. Just a great battle all around, right? Very lucrative, very meatful. And we know they're going to be sorry about all that. The High Queen wants a non-aggression pact, but they don't have any pacts with anyone, so I don't really see that that's advantageous, you know. Do they want to be part of the alliance or not? Sign them up with some dwarves and then we'll talk. Oh, that was a good battle. Though I say so myself, and though I played poorly, it was still a very good battle.
Survivor of the flame trial.
Not possible, possible.
So we got to figure that he ran to Spite Peak.
This way.
If we just go like so, then anyone in Spite Peak is going to be taking attrition anyway, and then he'll have this army here to
Put your feet up.
further intimidate him. Do we move forward into his land? There's no point in that.
Master Butcher.
I mean, maybe to make him attack us first. No, it's fine.
Consume.
And this guy loses one of the bruisers, I think, in his army, and of course the hunter is misplaced. I think he got wounded again. That poor hunter is never going to get back in an army again. Not as long. Yeah, this poor hunter is just staying permanently wounded right after he got to level 20, which, I mean, I'm glad, because otherwise the alternative is not getting wounded at all, right? But the good news is that with Thoric here wanting to punch these fools and Scarbrand on very much the back foot, I almost want to get over there and fight him for a defeat trait before he dies, but I'm sure that we'll just deal with him. Thoric is doing great. And honestly, if we roll a grudge too far on the end game crisis, it'll be the funniest thing ever.
Moors chosen.
We're just gonna level up a bit here. Anti-corruption is actually just so good against Skaven, right, when you have a lot of it, because it doesn't take very many turns to flip the scales if you have a lot of it. You pull a fight or die, very good, and poison attacks.
Slaughter master. Now is the day of butchery. Mean ritual.
Takes it in. Essin comes soon.
Step forth, true friend of the Angrund clan. Fulfilling vows.
Karak keeps on building outposts in places that, like, we immediately trade away, because it's our newest place. They're trying to help. But anyway, it looks like Belegar has interpreted his new war aims as bashing Ikit Claw, which is great. The thing about him not being at home, right, is although Scrag's time is being wasted. Oh, we got him now. He can't get away now. Time to fight the man with a crown. There's no way he can get away. Oh my goodness, that was pretty far, you know, but there's no way he can get away. He does have another Doom Rocket. Give the AP to the Bulls just because they have the biggest unit amount. Alright, he does have another Doom Rocket. This is fine. It's fine. Look, he's gonna pop somebody. We're just gonna have to figure out who it's gonna be. Just have them very far flung there. Gorgers in the hills there to attack this guy over here. We're just going to spin around the back with him and try not to get him killed. Scrag will summon Gorgers in the front and then scurry away. And what we're doing here is anti-nuclear placement, right? The placement of our troops doesn't matter at all. All we're trying to do is dodge the nuke. Alright, so they can totally shoot through this rock, I guess. That is hysterical. Love that for them. However, what they can't do is anything about the maw. And they're going to try to run these Giselles into it, and we are going to hit them with the maw. The maw! Right? It's a long cast wind up. Beautiful. Alright, the good news is that now they don't think this is a party anymore. You know, they've identified the lack of party nature of all of this. But if we get, you know, if we get another big old Giselle hit there, like it looks like we're going to. Giselle. And now we're just going to bounce, right? Because we don't have to, like, be... Whoa, there's the nuke. Okay. And then we're going to drop this Gorger to cover our retreat, just like the first Gorger. And then we're going to drop the cup right here. Yes. Got Giselles, got Storm Vermin with Halberds. That's a great place for it. Ma's got a big long cast, so we're going to drop another one. And hit that Forbidden Rod a little bit. Get the Gorgers out of the trees at him. Looks like Ikit Claw is having a terrible time with this. Hate that for him. Honestly, just a shame. Get the crushers on the big guy. Heaven's Caster engaged in the front because there's no penalty for being awesome. Get on these Jezzails here. Iron Blaster has been shooting a while, but now is getting shot up by their rattling guns at close quarters. We're going to try to bounce out. Looks like it's going to work. Look, the thing about having a lot of Gorger summons is they work amazing. Regular Gorgers do too. You just got to remember to move them at the beginning of the fight. Anyway, Ikit never had a shot. You never had me. You never had your car. He's got the Sky Striders, which, you know, they're fighting their preferred kind of target with an Ikit Claw here. Sure, it's a long, drawn-out fight, but fundamentally, a guy like Ikit takes a lot of killing. And I think you get, like, a... there's the Nemesis Crown ability. Of course, he not only takes a lot of killing, but he's got the Nemesis Crown. But Brag the Gutsman is going to come in here and get it done. That is what's going to happen. We're going to Troll Guts... No, we're going to Troll Guts the Crushers here. Ikit's going to get lit up and executed. He's already fled once, but we're going to get the kill with Brag. Boom, baby. And then he blows up in a little adorable explosion. Good stuff. A decisive victory over the forces of Ikit Claw, which, again, maybe if we had kept him alive in the north, it would actually be better, you know, just like keep him running from us. But as funny as that would be, it's too silly. And we are going to, you know, we want to get our army into its final form, right? We want to dress it up a little bit. We want to see if that Thunder Barge can be recruited. We want to get rid of these regular Ogre Bulls. Okay, so if we take it in the first place, right, we lose... Oh, this is like a second level crown. Man. Not getting it'll get us foreign replenishment. And, you know, I bet sealing the crown is the right move here, right? Not least because... I hate to lose the replenishment in this army. But maybe it'd be fun for a little bit. Nah. Let's be smart. I hate that I did that, but look, you gotta fight too often. We're actually kind of far from being able to fight anyone right now, but hey. We'll bounce down here, spend a couple of turns recruiting a good army. In a few turns, we'll be able to put up a third ogre camp. Dreaming big. No, not declare war. We're gonna wait another turn or two. I bet it'll pay us more in a turn or two. He's got more money. No, honestly, Queek is getting mauled here, right? Yeah, he's only got 7 settlements left. I guess this whole Southern Alliance, whenever we started pressing them in the north, made it possible for them to deal with them there. So, good stuff. Scrag can roll down here, recruit a little bit, and then we will sweep upward through here to defend against the Chaos hosts. While pushing Ikit Claw down here in the south. We really need to get him his healing anyway. Big Bellower is a good ability. Frenzy's too good to pass up. So the thing is that Queek's armies can't regenerate. So all of these battles mean a lot more to him than they do to me. Which, honestly, I love that about ogres. You know, you just get some meat, and then that ability is one that I treasure. Alright, so when we have this, we get recruit rank 3, and then we have recruit rank +3 for the short victory. So basically, anytime we recruit, we're already going to be at level 6, and then probably +1 for any recruitment. So we're probably going to get our man-eaters at rank 7, which is objectively very nice. Alright, how much more time do we have? A short amount of time.
More meat for my grinder.
Infused with meat magics.
Oh wait, let's no, we need to get to snacks. It is very important that he gets to feel snacky. Mentor on this butcher. About to have very, very quick leveling up butchers. Very quick leveling up everything, I hope. Because what we've done, like, finding Thoric in such good condition is magnificent. Underway interception, don't mind if I do. A peace treaty, pathetic. Wow, Dragonov Conclave is still alive? Who's ever even seen that? Good for them. Good for Manfred von Baldstein. Alright, we're gonna assume that Queek is still here, which is fine. No, he's not. That's weird. Kinda unsettling. Nah, it's fine. He must have bounced somewhere else.
If it means butchery.
Like, if we walk into an ambush, we deserve it, right?
Master Butcher.
And that guy can't pop Drinko without help, I don't think. So we're all fine. We move forward here. We're just gonna scout a little bit in this direction.
Ready, ready.
Chopper of meat. Leave me to chop.
Of course, the good news here is that Queek is very shortly going to have nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and nowhere to recruit new armies except, like, here in the Plains of Nagash. Yeah. Awesome. 12,000 meat on these armies. Plenty of meat. I wish you could spend, like, 10,000 meat to get another camp, but you can't.
This won't work.
His directive.
March or into the pot.
Oh, I was like, I wanted to be in a different stance there. It's okay, I don't think they can get to us because of the weird spot we're in.
No, need my warp token stash.
It aids the meat ritual.
Well, it's going super well, isn't it? You want a non-aggression pact? I don't feel like you need to worry about me, Catherine. All the Skaven clans now pale in comparison to our power. Of course, that's probably counting our camps. But, you know, technically, they're troops that we have. Because if we can go like here, no, that's not gonna do it. Let's just get inside and recruit. We'll get this army where it wants to be, and then we'll continue on from there. Yep, and we'll just move there. This might be like really bad. We might be in for a big bad fight there, but it won't happen right now because we're about to end the video. And this guy couldn't even retreat. I think the retreat pushed him still inside of our zone of control, which led him to be nowhere that he wanted to be. And we're just gonna safe the move here. Oh yeah, because he's got the ROR army again, right? Like it's that time again. It is that time for this warlord, who we have fought many a time now to come back at us. And I guess probably Queek's got this land over here too. Yeah, well he must, right? Because he sure doesn't have anything over here. But we're going to shuffle him off of that, and then. Well, it's gonna be Grimgor time, I guess. But of course, we're going to hit the victory condition pretty soon. Okay, yeah. So in just 4 more settlements. So before we know it, really, we'll probably accidentally hit long victory, and then we'll see what the campaign will do. I'm gonna keep on fighting until I get bored. You know, it's often fun on the long victory, you know, to go and run in and see what your army is like against the big late game stacks of the foe. But I think we're going to be able to get a Thunder Barge in our army, and that is just very exciting. Because a Thunder Barge, when you have access to huge healing magic, is a totally different value proposition than a regular Thunder Barge, even. But that will have to wait for another day. It is time for me to get on with mine. You know, I might play tonight. Who can tell the future? Not me. And if you can, you're supposed to lie about it. Everybody knows that. But that will have to do. What a great campaign. I'm having the most fun. I really love these ogre armies. It's nice to have your artillery on a chariot with some armor, right? It's nice to have your guns on a unit that's not small, so the warp lightning doesn't affect you. Because Skaven, look, having a bunch of big characters that are very shootable is rough. But Skaven can shoot anything, and not having your infantry in those blobs for their catapults to hit and their magic to hit, it just makes it a lot safer for you to be aggressive with it. And we definitely saw the crunch of Scragg's army there working out, but feels good. We're going to go ahead and end this, though, get on with my day, and then we'll be back later on with something. Maybe I'll see you there. See you guys.